Testing. Oh, we're on. Greetings, everyone. My name's Eric Johnson. I'm work for the Algonquin College. I'm at the Mamadosan Center as a manager. Last few days, it's all about new posts for me. I'm here to do an opening for this event and honor the youth that are graduating in this month. There's going to be a number of these taking place in the Ottawa Valley. I've been asked to deliver some opening comments, and part of that is a land acknowledgement that this is the Anishinaabeg Algonquin territories. I'm also asked to do an opening for the drum group that they invited here, and to provide some small explanation to what it is that you'll be hearing and seeing, and trying to create some kind of context for that. The drum group's name is the Gitchisipi Rini Drum Group. The drum group itself is, you'll be here to explain different ways at different times. It's called the heartbeat of the people, the heartbeat of the nation, but it's also more than that. It's also each one of the people that are here today have all heard this sound before. And the sound that I'm talking about is the heartbeat of your mother when you were being born inside of your mom and you were traveling from the spirit world. That sound that you were following was the heartbeat of your mom. So it's the heartbeat of your mom, your family, your community, your nation, and really it's the sound of life. And so that when you're hearing it, hearing these songs, ask you to think about your mom and dad, ask you to think about your grandma and your grandma, ask you to think about your grandparents, all the other people that have existed and had to struggle and love so that you could be here today. And that's all part of what we're being asked to remember and how to understand what it is we're echoing here today. And at this time, I would ask everybody to rise, because these songs, they come from the spirit world, the same place that you came from and where all your ancestors are also residing. And miigwech.
Hey! Before we begin, really, I just want to say thank you to the members of the Kids Should Be Reading drumming group for leading us in with their performance and celebration of our students. It really was a very meaningful and fitting way to begin our ceremony. So let's give them just one more round of applause. Guests, families, friends, and graduates, welcome to Algonquin College's 2022 Spring Convocation. And for those here in the audience today, welcome back to being together in person. What an incredible thrill it is for this magnificent, to come to this magnificent space together. We welcome those joining us virtually today. We truly have the best of both worlds this year. My name is Chris Jansen, and I'm the Senior Vice President Academic at Algonquin College. This afternoon, it is my distinct honor to serve as the Master of Ceremonies, helping guide us through today's prestigious celebration. Convocation is a very significant time to celebrate, to reflect on your hard work, and to look ahead to the next step in your journey. You, the graduates, came to college with a dream. You have successfully completed your studies with the added challenging circumstances imposed by the pandemic. And today, you will receive your degree, diploma, or certificate, recognizing your accomplishments, resiliency, and sacrifices that you've made to be here today. You are now ready to meet the challenges that lay ahead. We wish you well, and are delighted to be here this afternoon to salute you. We also welcome all of your friends and families who are joining you here in the arena today or are watching live on our web stream. We are so thrilled you're all able to join us today for this wonderful celebration. At this point, I would like all who are able to please stand and join our vocalist, Sierra Levesque, an aspiring musician and high school student from Pembroke, in the singing of our national anthem.
La croix, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Sarah. Please be seated. I will now introduce the members of the stage party, beginning on my far right, and I would ask them to remain standing until all have been recognized, and that the audience please hold applause until all have been introduced. Sarah Hall, Acting Dean, Pembroke Campus. That's the hold the applause part. Claude Brulé, President and Chief Executive Officer. Jay McLaren, Chair, Board of Governors. Eric Johnston, Manager, Mammoth Center. Amy Bailey, Campus Kokum and Elder in Residence. Daniel Laurent, Vice President, Students Association. Laura Stanbra, Vice President, Student Services. We also have more members that are down on the floor. I would like to introduce Dr. Gail Beck, Board of Governors. Christine Dawson, Associate Vice President, Experiential Learning and Innovation. Grant Perry, Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Krista Pearson, Registrar. Emily Quinville, Registration Coordinator. Jamie Bramberger, Manager, Community and Student Affairs. Angela Rentoul, Chair, Pembroke Campus. Kim Drake, Acting Chair, Pembroke Campus. Della Siemens, Alumni Relations Officer. And that is the stage party. Now may I ask the faculty to please stand. Everyone, I would like you to join me in recognizing the faculty of Algonquin College and the contributions they make to the success of our graduates. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. I now call upon President Brule, President of Algonquin College, to give the President's address. President Brule, I invite you to the podium.
Well, thank you very much, Chris, and good afternoon, graduates of 2022. Yes? Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Kwe. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I know this special moment has been a long time coming. As your president, I am both humbled and honored to have the opportunity to celebrate your resilience and your achievements today. Graduates, this is your day. Congratulations. On behalf of the Algonquin College Board of Governors, I want to welcome you, our graduates, your family, friends, and guests, faculty and staff, to our convocation ceremony, our first for 2022. It has been 2 years since we've been able to celebrate your significant achievement in person. What a phenomenal experience it is, seeing so many of you face to face and feeling the excitement and the energy of being together with family and friends. Now, speaking of friends, I know that some of you may have friends and families who cannot be with us here today, but are thinking of you with love and pride. So let me add my welcome to all of you who are watching this tremendous moment online. Welcome. I know that many of you are also joining here. You're joined by people who supported you and continue to support you. They've provided you help in many ways as you've taken this long journey. They've helped you with encouraging words, late-night pep talks, maybe picking up the slack at home with children and household work, or maybe even providing an emergency loan, or even better, a grant or two. So let's thank them and let them know we love them. If you're a family, oh, yes, okay. You're ahead of me here. All right, if you're a family member or a friend of a graduate, please stand if you're able to, or give a wave so that our graduates and the entire Algonquin community can show their gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support to our graduates. So graduates of 2022, I want to thank each and every one of you for choosing Algonquin. We know you had many choices, and we're grateful that you chose us. And you chose well, and you can display your certificate, your diploma, or your degree with a great deal of pride. And speaking of that pride, there's another group of people here today who are very proud of you and your accomplishment. I want to personally thank all of our employees, our faculty, our staff, and administration at Algonquin College for the role that each of them have played in your journey. I want to especially thank our faculty for their role in getting our learners to successful completion of their program of study. Graduates, your teachers have prepared you to be entrepreneurial, thrive on change, and be resilient. Develop your capacity to pivot with agility, to take calculated risks and do so with imagination in order to capitalize on the many possibilities that await you. Now, given the turbulent time that we're living through, you may be thinking, this is maybe a little bit more difficult to discern the opportunities that await you, and I grant you that. When we look across the global landscape, there is the tragic and horrific conflict in Ukraine, which has directly affected many across our college community. And it's creating social economic ripples that we can only imagine will ripple for a generation. The pandemic is an ongoing presence in our daily lives, leaving no aspect of our lives unchanged. We continue to acknowledge the consequences of our past and work to be better allies to our Indigenous peoples in our commitment to truth and reconciliation, as well as be better allies to people of color and those who are marginalized through our commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. And we witness every day the inescapable impacts caused by climate change. These are indeed enormous challenges, but history has also shown us that periods of great adversity and conflict ultimately bring the best in people. And while it can be seen that there's so much focus on our differences these days, there's also ample evidence of what we share in common and what unites us. And this is certainly something that we strive to impact in all of our learners at Algonquin College. Remember that you've learned your skill at an institution that emphasizes not only the importance of being passionate about your work, but also the importance of being compassionate and being guided by strong values, such as our college values of caring, learning, integrity, and respect. In this regard, you must be a catalyst for better things, an agent of change, for hope and promise for tomorrow. You've received a great education, the best in your field. Now consider paying it forward. One of the greatest legacies of this pandemic, in my view, is that we've witnessed many acts of kindness and generosity in our community. Whether it was providing or making personal protective equipment, assisting with food insecurity, providing clothing, like you've done here in Pembroke for those in need, raising much-needed funds for community-based charities, or supporting mental health initiatives. This generosity took many forms. And during your time at Algonquin College, I know many of you have said that nothing gives you greater satisfaction or instills a truer sense of purpose than helping others. And this reminds me of a quote from Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. I agree. And my message to all our graduates today is never be afraid to let your humanity shine. You can move mountains, change lives, and be fulfilled both personally and professionally by choosing to be empathetic and compassionate. With kindness as your guide, let the many opportunities that surround you and your desire to succeed be what defines you. Take your dreams you hold in your heart today and be fearless in making them come true. As you prepare to unleash your potential, you can take comfort that you're not alone. Not only do you have family and friends from which you can draw great strength, but you're also now part of a family of more than 200,000 Algonquin College alumni. And I encourage you to explore the many opportunities that our Alumni and Friends Network now offers you to stay connected. And while on the subject of alumni, I want to take a moment to give a quick shout out to our past graduates of the Urban Forestry Arboriculture program here at Pembroke, who have been working tirelessly, long hours, helping to clear trees that were damaged or toppled during the recent extreme storm that swept through Ontario. These graduates are making a huge difference in the lives of so many who were impacted. I know that you, the graduating class of 2022, will also make a difference in whichever community you choose to live in. Graduates, I hope that your time with us at Algonquin College has sparked a joy for learning, lifelong learning. As you leave this hall and launch it to the next stage of your life's journey, remember that life is really a zigzag. Be good and kind to yourself, and don't expect that your current trajectory will necessarily be a straight line. For most people, it isn't. Instead, build your life portfolio with a variety of experiences, some from work, some from your social and family activities, some from your hobbies and leisure time. Together, they will create a mosaic that is uniquely you, a rich profile that will take you places you might not have previously imagined, where your passion will make a difference and your tenacity will make you proud. In closing, to cite a quote that is painted in the walls of our beautiful Pembroke waterfront campus from Fred Blackstein, a former Board of Governors member who was the Pembroke campus representative until 2016. And it goes, "Be Algonquin proud, make Algonquin proud." And on that note, graduates, congratulations once again, and I wish you the very best. Miigwech, merci beaucoup, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, President Brule, for your thoughtful remarks and words of wisdom to the graduates. And now I'm pleased to call upon our Pembroke campus valedictorian. Stephen LaFond is graduating today from the business program, but like many of our graduates, Stephen never came to campus to take classes. He was part of a multimodal program that gave students the flexibility to join classes from home or come to campus in periods when we weren't in a COVID lockdown. In his time at Algonquin, Stephen has learned a lot about himself, particularly that he could learn in a virtual environment. His address today will resonate with many of our graduates who studied remotely or rarely came to campus. It is a message of perseverance. Please join me in welcoming Stephen to deliver his valedictorian address.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to start by thanking Governor McLaren, President Brule, Vice Presidents Jansen and Stanbra, Dean Hall, Elder Bailey, my fellow graduates, families, and friends. I'm honored to be here today to represent the graduating class of 2022 and to celebrate this incredible moment in our lives. Each and every one of us should be proud, not only of what we've accomplished, but what we have overcome these past few years as we've battled our way through a global pandemic. As a collective, we have experienced what may be the most difficult and challenging times we have ever faced. And yet, through all that fear, that uncertainty, those overwhelming circumstances, we all managed to make it to this day. We are graduating forever changed for the better from our time here at Algonquin College. Now, I challenge you not to consider this the end of your academic journeys, but instead a stepping stone. A single stepping stone in what will be a lifetime of learning. And if these past few years have taught us anything, it's that life can change in an instant. Our paths can deviate at any time, for better or for worse. And how we respond is what truly matters. Will you be prepared for that unexpected change? Will you allow yourself to accept that sometimes we have no control over what happens? What we do have control over, however, is our ability and our willingness to continue to learn, to be open to new ideas and to change, and to share that learning with others. Now, buckle up, I'm going to tell you a story about me. This isn't my first time attending post-secondary, although it is my first time attending a convocation ceremony. When I was 19, I studied music at Carleton University, and partway into my studies, circumstances outside of my control meant I no longer had a place to live or the money to complete my degree. I was lost. I felt desperate. So I did what any young, ambitious, artistic person would do, and I became a full-time, self-employed artist. I had a few exciting years, a lot of roadblocks, but enough success to keep me motivated. But I eventually did hit a plateau. I stopped moving forward. I stopped growing. I was experiencing the unexpected again. And I asked myself, what am I missing? What don't I know? And what I was missing was that educational piece that I wasn't able to get before. So, being a little wiser and in better circumstances, I went back to school and earned a diploma in technical production for theater. I learned a lot, and I grew a lot. But the second I handed in my last assignment, I jumped in my 2007 Ford Focus that I bought from my dad after he drove it for 12 years, and I drove across the country, as far west as I could go, for a job that I had secured just before graduation. I had landed what I consider my dream job. I was the production manager for a theater in Vancouver. I had a salary with benefits and a pension in the arts. That doesn't happen. I had finally made it. And 8 months later, guess what happened? March 2020. Life changed unexpectedly again. Now, I had just spent the past 12 years developing skills in an industry that even today hasn't recovered from the pandemic. But I didn't let that stop me from my pursuit of an exciting and fulfilling life. I stopped. I took a few deep breaths and I asked myself, what did I learn from all that time? What skills do I have now? What skills am I missing? I'm sure many of you have faced similar crossroads. And as a mature student, the decision to go back to college wasn't an easy one, but I knew it was the right decision for me. And I'm so thankful to have found the perfect program here at Algonquin that met all of my needs and provided me with those missing skills. And today, I have a permanent position with the federal government of Canada, working as a ministerial appointments officer for the corporate secretariat. And none of that would have been possible without the incredible education and support that I received here at Algonquin. Now, this story's not like a low-key humble brag or anything. The point is, looking back, many people would consider my journey a series of failures or sloppy decision-making. And there were many times I wanted to give up. But the thing that kept me going, the thing that brought me to success, was my continued dedication to learning and personal growth, to accepting that I do not and will not ever know everything. So no matter where you are, no matter how desperate it may seem, there's always something that we can learn to help us on our journeys. And one of the most amazing feelings about my time here at Algonquin was just looking at my classmates. Some as young as 17, some as wise as 62, all making the decision to learn something new. People with different backgrounds, with different priorities from different generations, coming together to learn and grow. And whether you know exactly what you're going to do after this or if you have no idea, that's okay. Just never forget the feeling you had when you first got your offer of admission. That nervous excitement about the unknown, about the possibilities, about what you might learn, and the opportunities to come. If you take anything away from my message today, it's remember that feeling. So when life presents you with the unexpected, you can embrace it for the opportunity that it is. You are in control of your destiny, so be confident, be bold, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Because if you can earn a college certificate or a diploma or a degree in a pandemic, you can do anything. So remember that for when the unexpected happens. And it will. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Stephen. Jamie Bramberger, the Manager of Community and Student Affairs at Pembroke campus, will now present Stephen with a plaque recognizing Stephen as the campus valedictorian. And I think I see Jamie trying to sprint up the ramp here. Don't trip. Well, we now move to the part of the ceremony where we recognize our graduates. I invite family and friends to take pictures from your seats, and I would like to call upon Acting Dean Sarah Hall to come to the podium and introduce the graduates of the Pembroke campus. Sarah?
Wow, fantastic. Thank you, Chris. I am pleased to be here on behalf of the faculty and the staff of the Pembroke campus, who are so very proud of our graduates, and I feel privileged, and we all feel privileged to have been part of your success. So lovely to see all of the families here as well. At this time, on behalf of Algonquin College, I would like to acknowledge the commitment and the success of the Pembroke campus graduates, and would ask those attending in person and attending virtually to please rise as able to be presented for graduation. Mr. President, each of these graduates before you and attending virtually has dedicated themselves to successfully completing the requirements of their program. These individuals are ready to make their mark in their chosen career. It is with great pleasure and honor that I recommend them for graduation. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Hall. We will now proceed with the presentation of degrees, diplomas, certificates, and awards recognizing the achievements of our graduates. We acknowledge and thank the individuals, businesses, and companies who have demonstrated their support for our graduates and our programs by donating these awards. I would like to remind family and friends that they are to stay seated during this portion of the ceremony. Photos may be taken from your seats. All graduates will have their picture taken by our competition photographer before returning to their seats. Also, may I ask the audience to please refrain from applauding until all credentials have been presented so that we can hear each graduate's name. Yeah, however, a very well-placed hoot or howl is never going to hurt anyone. So, graduates, when you are called forward, please proceed to the right of the stage. Jamie Bramberger, Manager of Community and Student Affairs, will announce the names of the graduates as they come to center stage to receive their recognition from the President. Rather than shaking hands, the President will acknowledge each graduate by putting his hand over his heart and nodding to the graduate, a greeting that is used in many Islamic cultures. Graduates, you are then to leave the stage by the left side, and members of the faculty will extend their congratulations to you and guide you back to your seats. Award recipients will receive the diplomas and awards at the end of the class group. We ask the graduates to remain in their seats until the end of the ceremony so as not to disrupt the ceremony. I will now ask Angela Rentoul, Chair, Health and Community Studies, to come forward and call the graduates from the department. Angela?
Thank you, Senior Vice President Academic Jensen. It is with pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. Carrie Lynn Weeks, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates of the Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at the end of the stage.
Areti Olewa.
Nathan Allen. Arishet Amaya Alatolia. Jillian Bim. Marie Blake. Anya Brown. Jessica Cooney. Haley Crosby. Angela Gonzalez Pascual. Shelby Karike Strigler. Stephanie Marquardt. Katrina Medina. Ola Atola Agudwe. Noor Kasabji. The graduating class of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. The Applied Nuclear program will be next.
Science and Radiation Safety Program. That was my RSM trained voice, yes. Carl Supalu, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates of the Applied Nuclear Science and Radiation Safety Program.
Hung Nguyen. Connor Stencil. Aaron Taylor. The graduating members of the Applied Nuclear Science Radiation Safety Program who were able to attend Convocation today.
It is with pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Early Childhood Education Program and the Police Foundation's program. Noel Party, Program Coordinator, will greet the Early Childhood Education graduates. Dan LaBelle, Program Coordinator, will greet the Police Foundation graduates.
Megan Jones. Maggie LeMay. Phyllis Birch. Brittany Webster. Natalie Humble. And joining us virtually today as Police Foundation's graduates, Tana Doty, Cody Meir, Jack Henhofer. The graduating class of the Police Foundation's program.
It is with pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Early Childhood Education Program. Noelle Party, Program Coordinator, will greet the Early Childhood Education graduates.
Emma Gardner. Ashlyn Tomasini. The graduates of the Early Childhood Education Program who are able to join us for the Convocation ceremony today.
I am now pleased to introduce the graduates of the Social Service Worker Program. Rhonda Mullen, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates of the Social Service Worker Program.
We are getting used to an in-person convocation ceremony. We're going to go with the practical nursing program next if we can. Our apologies. Laura Lee Baltazar. Alyssa Beaupre. Heather Bickle. Emily Comden. Nicole Corrigan. Morgan Dalton. Taylor Doe. Karina de Guzman. Chloe Ebeneth. Christina Gillespie. Krista Hess. Amy Yon. Elias Kefalis. Naomi Kovach.
Caitlin Lalonde. Neil Mardia. Shelley Mathis. Victoria McCormick. Brianna McDonald. Charlotte Oates. Viswesk Patel. Melody Oditelli. Cole Peters. Patricia Quintanilla. Riley Rabishaw. Katie Rappin. Danielle Richards. Larry K. Rufus. Lisa Marie Schroeder. Rebecca Stockdale. Anna Switzer. Lucas Thorsland. Justine Verach. Lucy Warugu. Kelsey Belland. The graduating class of the Practical Nursing Program.
I am pleased to introduce the graduates of the Social Service Worker Program. Rhonda Mullen, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates of the Social Service Worker Program.
Sarah Beam. Brianna Boyclair. Justin Boone. Chloe Charette. Eve Cuddy. Cassidy Dashnay. Taylor Gowan. Caitlin Greer. Nicole Greer. Emily Hudson. Kayla Hawthorne. Samantha Knowles Tether. Cassandra Miller. Rain Perry Beaupre. Veronica Plouffe Vachon. Lisa Ragland. Abigail Rideout. Barry Shimmons. Hope Thomas. Nathan Turner. Hannah Weber. Brianna Young. Chloe Zinneker Sinan. Marcy Lane. And also joining us virtually, celebrating Convocation today, Jaden Burt, Emma Como, and Nicholas Pilon, the graduating class of the Social Service Worker Program.
It is with pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Pembroke Personal Support Worker Program. Sharon Carson, professor, will greet the Personal Support Worker graduates.
Sheena Belair. Alicia Caju. Tia Ruddy. Ayla Rushton. Samantha Haas. Jade Turgeon. The graduating class from the Pembroke Personal Support Worker Program who are able to attend Convocation today.
It is with pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Personal Support Worker Program, Renfrew. Sharon Carson, professor, will greet the Personal Support Worker graduates.
Anna Othencio. Richard Cassidy. Cynthia Nett Shannon. And joining us remotely today from the Renfrew Personal Support Worker Graduation Group, April Capel-Patterson, Grace Guilleminette, and Nicole Voisin, the graduating class from the Personal Support Worker Renfrew program.
I now call upon the graduates of the Pre-Health Sciences pathway to advanced diplomas and degrees to come forward. Bo Stelmick, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates of the Pre-Health Sciences program.
Sydney Ferguson. Natalie Martinook. Michaela Norlock. Arjmond Price. And joining us virtually at the convocation ceremony today from the Pre-Health Sciences program, Noor Alfaldli, Mia Beaulieu, Emily Barutsky, the graduating class from the Pre-Health Science pathway to advanced diplomas and degrees.
This completes the presentation of credentials for the graduates and award winners of the Health and Community Studies Department. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I would like to extend very warm congratulations to all graduates in all programs and to their families. I now ask Kim Drake to please come forward and call the graduates of the Business, Technology, and Outdoor Training Department.
Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. It is with pleasure that I now ask the graduates of the Business Program and the Computer Systems Technician Program, including those having the Cooperative Education option, to come forward to receive their recognition from the President. Kate Monahan, Professor, will greet the business graduates, and Matthew Netto, Program Coordinator, will greet the Computer Systems Technician graduates.
We're going to start with the business program graduates, followed by the computer systems technician graduates. Our first graduate is Saad Al-Battah. Ayada Kovanel. Stephen LaFond. William Searle. Victoria Vickers. And joining us virtually, Abdul Harari, the business program graduates who are in attendance today at Convocation. And now the computer systems technician graduate, Scott Bannister. Alexandra Fudge. Jonathan Gendron. Colin LaRiviere. Gavin Letourneau. Parker Lassard. Ian Mackey. Tiffany Morgan Jashin. Stephen Whitman. Michael Hannock. The graduating class from the Computer Systems Technician co-op and non-co-op streams who are able to join us today.
It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Environmental Technician program, including those that have the Cooperative Education option, and the Forestry Technician program to come forward to receive their recognition. Patrick Nicholson, Program Coordinator, will greet the Environmental Technician graduates. Nadja Morin, Program Coordinator, will greet the Forestry graduates.
Claire Erasmus. Stephen Robinson. Joining us virtually today as part of the Environmental Technician graduating class, Raoul Aragon, Lavandra Semple, and Nicholas Warbick, the graduates who were able to join us today from the Environmental Technician program for their convocation.
It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Office Administration Executive Diploma Program to come forward to receive their recognition. Connie Poupar, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates.
Paula Adshade. Alyssa Baker. Anya Benke. Jenna Boisclair. Christiana Guzman. Chevy McLaughlin. Mackenzie Newman. Becky Perry. Brittany Plath. Aaron Edwards. And joining us online for convocation from the Office Administration Executive Program, June Frost, Amber Watts, the graduating class from Office Administration Executive.
It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Outdoor Adventure Program and the Outdoor Adventure Naturalist Program, including those having the Cooperative Education option, to come forward to receive their recognition from the President. Kate Monahan, Professor, will greet the graduates of the Outdoor Adventure Program and the Outdoor Adventure Naturalist Program.
Riel Fortin. Duncan Knight. Among the graduates joining us online today from the Outdoor Adventure Program, Griffin Giordano, Mackenzie Jackson, Matthew Sheehan. The graduates who were able to join us from the Outdoor Adventure Program,
It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Carpentry and Renovation Techniques Program, Environmental Management Assessment Program, Electrical Pre-Apprentice, and the Urban Forestry Arboriculture Program to come forward to receive their recognition from the President. Adam Johns, Program Coordinator, will greet the Carpentry and Renovation Techniques graduates. Patrick Nicholson, Program Coordinator, will greet the Environmental Management Assessment grads. And Christopher Van Stomple, Program Coordinator, will greet the Urban Forestry Arboriculture graduates.
Elliot Campbell. Liam Cormier. Jeremy Sims. And joining us online, graduate Melissa Field, the graduating class that is able to join us today for Carpentry and Renovations Techniques. Class for the Environmental Management and Assessment Program. Parth Kathari. Monica Marino. Sahil Safa. Philip Kopman. The graduating class from Environmental Management and Assessment able to join us today for Convocation. The graduating class now for the Urban Forestry Arboriculture Program. Elliot Holmes. Christopher Silvera. Joel Fraser. And joining us online, Dustin Dorr, Ryerson Parks, and Liam Robertson from the Urban Forestry Arboriculture class of 2022.
I would now ask the graduates of the following programs to come forward to receive their recognition from the President: Teaching Adult Lifelong Learners and Academic Upgrading. Melanie Burton will be there to greet them at the side.
Maria Orman. And from the Academic Upgrading Program, Skyla Bailey. And also joining us online in other programs today with graduates from the forestry program Chase Saint-Georges, from the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program Tyler Fabian, from the Applied Nuclear Science program Zulfikar Ali, Michaela McGilvery, Kennedy Sutton, Tyler Wiltshire, and from the Police Foundations program Tanya Dowdy, Cody Meir, and Jack Hanoffer, as well as the social service worker Jaden Burt, Emma Como, Nicholas Pilon. Congratulations to all of these graduates.
Some of the graduates of programs in the Business Technology and Outdoor Training and in the Health Community Studies departments were unable to be here today. President Brule, ask that you grant their degrees, diplomas, or certificates in absentia. May I please ask all the graduates, both those in person and those joining us virtually, to please rise as able. Guests of our graduates, the Algonquin College Pembroke campus class of 2022.
Thank you, professors, and congratulations, graduates. Please be seated. It is now my honor to preside over the presentation of college-wide school awards. Our first award is Governor General's Bronze Award. We are very pleased to have a Governor General's Bronze Medal recipient this year from the Pembroke campus. The Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal is awarded to the student who achieves the highest academic standing in the final year of a diploma-level postgraduate program. This year's recipient is Stephen Robinson, a graduate of the Environmental Technician program. As a class representative, Stephen was actively engaged in his learning, supporting his classmates while also participating in co-op at the Petawawa Research Forest. He took part in learning opportunities such as an indigenous blanket exercise, an experience he describes as humbling. Stephen has continued his studies in environmental sciences at Carleton University in Ottawa. The award recipient, there he is. Thank you, Mr. President, and congratulations, Stephen. Our next award is the Robert G. Gillett Leadership Award. It recognizes a student who demonstrates exemplary volunteer leadership, which contributes to the overall Algonquin College student experience. This year's recipient is Jack Henhofer of the Police Foundations program. During his time at Algonquin, Jack was a program class representative, and in addition to his studies, he compiled an impressive list of volunteer experiences. This included being an overnight crisis responder for Kids Help Phone, supporting military families as a volunteer with the Petawawa Military Family Resource Center, giving blood several times at Canadian Food Services clinics, and also volunteering as a firefighter. In fact, Jack enrolled in a pre-firefighter college program after completing the police foundation program at Algonquin last fall. He is well on his way to working in a career in emergency services. Jack was not able to join us in person today, but is joining us virtually. So this award is presented in absentia. Let's give him a round of applause. The annual Award of Excellence, which is based on scholastic achievement and community contributions. This year's recipient is Melissa File of the Carpentry and Renovations Techniques program. Melissa is a Garfield Weston Scholarship recipient and used this opportunity to further promote women in the trades. One of her initiatives was to create a special calendar entitled Diversifying the Faces of Trades. After a career in social work, Melissa became an advocate for equity, diversity, and inclusion and brought her voice to her new career. After being chosen for the Weston Scholarship, she committed to bringing more attention to the need to have better representation in the trades. She did this by creating a monthly calendar that featured underrepresented social and cultural groups who are working or studying to become a tradesperson. The calendar also included over 40 holidays, special remembrances, and noted celebrations that are important to people that are not profiled in mainstream calendars. Through this effort, Melissa became a champion for change in a field that has a desperate labor shortage. She has become a change maker who is worthy of the annual Award of Excellence. Melissa was not able to join us in person either today, but is joining us virtually, so this award is presented in absentia. Let's give Melissa a round of applause. Our next award is the Alumni Award. This award is granted to the graduate who exemplified the greatest concern for the Algonquin College community while at the college. Laura Stanbra, Vice President, Student Services, will present this award. This year's recipient of the Alumni Award is Katrina Medina, student in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. Katrina has had a leadership role at the Pembroke campus during her studies in the nursing program. She has twice been the Students Association Director, working collaboratively with the college administration to support student success. She has been an active participant in the Pembroke Campus Student Success Committee and has advocated for improved public transportation in Pembroke to support out-of-town students. Katrina has been a champion for equity, diversity, and inclusion at Algonquin College and has advocated for improved mental health supports for students. Congratulations on this well-deserved award, Katrina. We have come to the end of our convocation ceremony. There are many that work within the college very hard to plan and coordinate this ceremony. And while they really are quite too numerous to name, I would like to take a moment and thank them for their efforts. Well done. And it has indeed been a personal pleasure to celebrate with you today. And I am very delighted to welcome you, our graduates, as the newest members of the Algonquin Alumni and Friends Network. How about y'all stand up one more time so that we can now recognize you as alumni. Thank you. Please be seated one more time. So, alumni, please be sure to send us your success stories and stay connected through the Algonquin Alumni website. We really do want to hear your stories moving forward. Many thanks to you, our graduates, and to your families and friends for joining us today and making this ceremony a happy occasion for all of us. Congratulations and best wishes. Families and friends, may I ask you to please stand as you are able and remain standing until the end of the recession of the stage party, the faculty, and the graduates. The recession will be led by Sergeant Josh McFarlane, Pipe Major, 2nd Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group Pipes and Drums of the Canadian Armed Forces. Thank you.